So let's take and wrap two of those together.
Okay.
Timing and annoying. How do you know, or what tips can you give people? How frequently or how often should you contact someone? Now that goes to the timing issue. And not be annoying while you're doing it, because sometimes, just like the lady with the carpet cleaning or the couch cleaning, she had contacted you, didn't hear anything back. Did she think maybe I should wait a week, I should wait 2 weeks, I should wait a month? How do you know how long to wait in between touches before you do become annoying or before you become forgotten?
Right. Well, using the example of the couch cleaning, it was a good 2 months. And she called for another reason. For me, that was too long. I wanted to get it handled earlier, but was it high priority? Absolutely not.
Right.
I think when you first meet someone, ask them, when would you like me to follow up with you and how? Some people are very much phone people. Some are very much email people. Ask them. Give your customer, your prospect, the opportunity to let you know that. It makes they feel like you care, number one.
Of course, absolutely. And I know from experience, you're a phone person, I'm an email person.
Yep.
If people are trying to get me on the phone, it's not going to happen as likely for me to give them a response as if they actually email me. With you, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
They're more likely to get a response if they phone you
Correct.
than if they email you.
Correct.
So it's really, I agree, very important to get that information. Okay, we've talked about time, we've talked about rejection,
Right.
and we've talked about being annoying. So let's talk about responsibility, because I think that was the last one.
Correct.
So let's have some tips about whose responsibility is it anyway to do this follow-up stuff?
A lot of people think it's the prospects. So you're out at networking, you meet someone, even at the grocery store, they express interest, they seem very intrigued. It's easy to say, they'll often ask for your card, you give your card out, and then you walk away and expect them to call. Nope. It's your responsibility as the salesperson to make sure and follow up. So when they ask for your card, of course you want to give it, but then also ask them for their information so that way you can follow up, because you know you will. And now it makes it a lot easier. Thank you for your interest. I appreciate your excitement over my product or my service. So I wanted to reconnect with you. So it's really your responsibility as a salesperson to make it easy for them to do business with you.
Okay, great. So let's take all of those components now and let's look at the system for follow-up. Okay? Because, of course, there's email, there's snail mail, there's telephone, and in person. So let's talk about the different systems that people can put together to have an effective follow-up program.
I believe there's a foundational few steps that you can use for all your systems. And you'll have a different system for referrals, you'll have a different system for prospects, and then a different system for like leveraging your network, return customers. So you want to know that they're different. One system doesn't fit all, and I think that's another struggle that people have, is trying to make one system work. So for prospects, a really quick few steps. Get their business card, capture their information electronically, follow up in their chosen method. If it's a way you can give a sample, give them a sample, or a phone conversation, a flyer, whatever they're seeking. Get more clarity on what it is that they need. Get them that information. And then ask, when would you like me to follow up again? If you kind of have to go with each person where they're at in the sales cycle on how to best follow up. But those are some good foundational steps to get started.
Okay, great. And I'm going to guess a lot of people give up too soon.
Oh, very much so.
Big time, right?
Yes.
Big mistake, too.
Yes.
Right? How many touches does it take for a message to sink in? Or even recognition of who you are as a person and what you do?
A good number around marketing touches is 27. Where that comes from, you hear it takes 7 to 9 times for people to get and really understand what you do. I just recently learned it's 3 touches for one to hit, for one to land.
Okay.
So do the math. 9 times 3 is 27. That is a lot.
It's a lot of touches, and a lot of people think, well, the person didn't respond to me on the first call or the first email, so I'm going to give up and I'm going to go away. What would have happened if the couch lady had decided, oh, she didn't return my call, so she doesn't want my business? That wasn't true. It was just you were busy.
Right.
So what about, as far as touches go, Are there some other statistics or numbers that you've got that would bring this home for people to understand?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One, the American Sales Executive Association says the first time you connect with someone, you close 2% of the business.
2%.
Yeah.
Just 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second time, 3%. The third time, 5%. 3 connections, and you're only closing 5% of the business. The fourth time, 10%. And the 5th through 12th times, 80%.
Okay, let's stop right there.
Yeah.
How many people would you guess go beyond five connections? You want to say 1%?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that any person out there who's doing sales could double their income if they just doubled their effort on follow-up. And if they're doing 0 now, oh my, they don't have to go very far, right?
Exactly.
To increase.
Exactly.
Amazing.
It is.
Any other tips that you've got that you'd like to share with people about follow-up?
I think the biggest thing is remember to get the person's business card. Because you know that you have some incentive to follow up. It's so easy because our culture or whatever, we're not inspired to get their information. And just know that they want to hear from you. They really do. They want to do business with you. And if they don't, it might not be now, but it could be tomorrow.
Great. Now, I understand you have a program where you help people to understand this whole process. And it's an ongoing program. I know they start at different times of the year. So if somebody wants to learn more, well, first tell us about the program, but let's not set any dates around it because this is an ongoing program. If they want to know about the program, they can contact you, and we'll give them that information in just a few minutes. But tell us a little bit about the program that you offer.
So it's a series of teleclasses where we actually walk through creating these different systems that I've mentioned around, prospects, network, all that kind of stuff. So we'll create a system together. Some of it requires, personalization, and I will be your personal coach walking you through creating those systems. You'll implement it for a while. We'll have a touch base call about 2 weeks after that. You get to report. You get to ask me, Kristy, here's what happened. What do I do now?
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, okay, here's what you do.
Okay.
So I'll be your coach to help implement these programs.
Okay, fabulous. And it's an ongoing program, and how long does the program last?
There's 6 sessions,
Okay.
And they're about 2 to 3 weeks apart.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being with us today, Kristy. It's been great information. I really appreciate your input, and your ideas are fabulous, and I'm sure if these folks will just put some of this to practice, their sales will increase.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today on Biz Talk with Zita. I hope that you've enjoyed this discussion, and I look forward to seeing you on future talks with Biz Talk with Zita.